How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Blake Check. If you're new to the channel, my name is Blake. It's nice to meet you. If you know me, you know that I love EVs, and behind me is my dream car, my 2018 Tesla Model 3 Performance Stealth Edition. And if you've been following the channel for at least the past couple of weeks, you know that my dream car was recently involved in a hit and run. Now, I posted a video recently that went over what happened, but just a quick recap. While my wife and I were hanging out at our favorite restaurant bar, the Churchill in downtown Phoenix, we'd been inside for maybe 5 or 10 minutes when I got an alert on my phone that said that the Sentry Mode alarms had been triggered on my car. So I immediately walked outside to see what all the commotion was about, only to find that my car had unfortunately been hit and that the driver was nowhere in sight. Now, fortunately, nobody was hurt because we were nowhere near the car, so I immediately called the police so that we could try to track down the person who did it so that they could be held responsible for the damages they caused. And with the help of the Phoenix Police Department and my Sentry Mode footage, we were actually able to track down the owner of that vehicle within about an hour of the incident. The next day, I was able to get in touch with the driver, and after about a week's worth of going back and forth and getting estimates on the damage, we were able to come to an agreement, and 2 weeks later, my car is back home and fully repaired. The total cost to repair my vehicle ended up coming out to $650. The driver who hit my car decided to pay for that out of pocket rather than going through insurance. Even though it was a bit of a hassle, and I still think it's pretty messed up that they hit my car and took off, I don't think it's necessary for me to publicly name that driver or press any charges. So instead, I'm just going to show you guys some before and after images of the damages and the repairs. And then I have one more thing that I want to discuss with you before we wrap up this video. As you guys can see, my car's pretty much good as new, or at least about as good as it was before it was hit. There is a little bit of orange peeling going on there in the repair paint, but honestly, that's not something that Teslas aren't known for anyway. So I'll probably let the paint cure for a few more days, and then I'll polish it off and call it a day. I'll actually have the shop that did this repair linked in the description below. That was the smoothest part of this entire process. They were really cool, and I think they did good work. If you live in Arizona and you have some minor fender bender damage that needs to be repaired, and if you want to handle it outside of the insurance, the shop is great for that. This has been stressing me out over the past couple of weeks, so as you can imagine, I'm just super happy to have my car back home safe and sound. Speaking of stressed out, there's one more thing that I want to discuss with you guys with regards to the fate of my wife's Tesla Model 3 long-range rear-wheel drive. If you've been following along for a little bit, you know the story behind this car. We bought it in early 2022, and it was supposed to just be a placeholder while we wait for my wife's Volkswagen ID4 to be built and delivered. And that Volkswagen ID4 should actually be arriving any day this week, so it's time for us to make a difficult decision. Because as you guys probably know, Tesla recently slashed all of the prices on their available models, which brings our ideal electric SUV, the Tesla Model Y, into a price point that makes us have to consider it again. So I have 3 options I want you guys to all consider. The first, being the most financially sound option for us, is to keep the Model 3. But keep in mind, we are expecting our first baby boy here in April, and throwing 2 adults, 2 medium-sized German Shepherd dogs, and a car seat into the Model 3 is not going to be the most comfortable option for everybody involved. The second option, of course, is to take delivery of the Volkswagen ID4 when it comes in this week. Whether or not we do that is going to depend heavily on the trade-in value that Volkswagen offers us on my wife's Model 3. And the final option is to upgrade to the Tesla Model Y long range, which is the ideal electric SUV for us, with more range, more charging options, and more practicality, but the least financially responsible, being that Tesla's trade-in estimate on our Model 3 is abysmal, almost nullifying the new lower price point on that Model Y. So let me know what you guys would do if you were in our situation in the comment section below. But that's all I've got for you guys today. Thanks for tuning in. This has been Blake Check, and that's a wrap.